Alright, so we gotta go get his code so that we can follow him.
I'll catch up with y'all later then.
Do you remember what the code is?
Oh, yeah.
We gotta go into the plant room.
Oh, what's she doing?
0281. Well, we want to rewind it first.
Yeah, but now I'll rewind it.
Okay. Come to me. Something. Oh God!
Nope, I'm not.
Oh.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I can't do it. I can't. This is all crazy.
But you said you...
I know. Okay, I know what I said. But what was I supposed to say? You all pressured me.
Andrew.
They really expect us to climb into some jury-rigged thing and ride it through space? Just because VT might not come pick us up. It's insane. And first we all have to get in cryo just for the privilege... Well, some of us do.
Andrew, I don't know what to say.
What if Odin saved these corrupted files because he knew he was supposed to delete all of it, but he saved it because he was sad he lost his friends?
Maybe.
Burton Nat need us. They need you.
Well, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting in cryo. I'm gonna be the same one here. You know, nobody even considered that VT might come pick us up in time if we just wait. Nobody even considered it.
I'm sorry to keep pausing, but I think that little thing where she stepped over something that's physically there kind of cemented that these were people who were really here.
Yes.
I was
As opposed to walking through it?
Yeah, I just feel like that was a really, really good tiny detail that said a lot.
Listen,
Yes.
just don't talk to anybody else about this for now, okay? And if I were to call the crew into medical, you'd show up, right?
I guess it depends what it is.
Okay. Just give me a little time.
Hey, Odin.
Yes, Andrew?
What should I do?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just want to go home.
I understand.
Do you?
I believe that I do.
Can you tell me the average time it's taken VT to send an evac crew to investigate situations like this?
The average time between a remote facility losing ground contact and an investigative crew arriving on site is 98.4 hours.
God damn it.
Please try not to be worried, Andrew.
That's easy for you to say. You don't have lungs. So, what do you think we should do?
Standard operating procedure requires all crew to engage cryogenic hibernation until help arrives.
Yeah, you know people die in cryo, right?
I know. Sometimes.
If if we don't make it out of this, can you deliver a message to my family?
I will do everything in my power.
Okay.
See?
I'll send you something later, all right?
Of course.
I feel like this was Odin's way, the only way he could get people to tell the story that happened. Because I feel like...
Then why not save all the files?
Because he was ordered to delete all of them. And so he did everything in his power. Which was basically...
Maybe he saved, maybe not, like, for a friendship aspect, but maybe to, like... Maybe he saved, like, key moments so that they could figure out see what happened.
But, so, like,
Because-
yes, I agree. and like there were some parts where, remember earlier it said like you're not supposed to look at anything, like don't look at it, it's not your business, just put your thing in and don't look.
Yep.
And I feel like Odin was probably ordered to delete everything since they died, and he was like, well, that's not right, but I'm a machine and it's hard for me to defy orders, so I'm just going to try my best to just show these moments, and I'm going to do everything I can. Because obviously I'm in love with him and he's the best.
From Mark, just checking in about your renewal. Andrew, I'm not talking about who's paying the bills, I'm talking about Nicholas. Blah blah blah, see you every 4 months, and that's not even taking my feelings into account, which I'll just set aside for now. You might not think he's showing it, but Nicholas really wishes you were here. Listen, if you were back out of your contract renewal, we'll figure out a way to make it work. You know my parents did well in the currency crash. My dad always says, blah, blah, blah. I just want you home.
Relying on your parents' charity is your solution? I'm building equity up here. My loyalty will pay for Nicholas's school, and if I back out of this contract, we'll lose that. You will lose all that, and I'm not I don't appreciate this emotional sabotage when you know really hard not to feel unappreciated. Listen, I'm sorry, I just connection lost. So I guess we should just carry on as normal.
We don't have much time. We need to make a contingency plan.
But VT's supposed to come pick us up, right? Within 24 hours?
Listen, just increase our oxygen supply in the short term. If worst came to worst...
There's really no way of getting a signal out? There must be something you haven't tried yet.
No, Andrew. All comms are routed through a secured VT laser array, and it's been destroyed, and the redundancies were destroyed. Stop messaging me.
She's busy. Captured 3 days ago. So I guess... So if this was 3 days ago, and they said that...
So we're the person that arrived?
Yeah.
I guess.
And they didn't give us any instructions on how to save people. Where are the cryopods? Because this is supposed to be last moment they can still be alive.
I was wondering about that. I was wondering, like, are they just all dead in cryo? Do we know? We know that they're dead, right?
I don't think we do know.
Okay.
I think we're just trying to figure out what happened.
Interesting. Okay, so hold on. Let's finish his thing and then.
Well,
Oxygen
looks like this
supply?
will work. Give us a few extra hours anyway. Thanks, Odin. Okay, Evie, Hello? Guess I'll catch up with y'all later then.
Okay,
I
so
want to go back down. You say what you need to say.
so that's everybody.
Well, it's not everybody.
Yeah, because we followed each conversation.
There's some other conversations we didn't see.
Who?
But we didn't follow blue lady.
She's talking to green guy.
I know, but she walked off.
Oh, she walks away.
Else.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think that we saw her when she
3 days
goes to talk
ago
to Evie.
it dropped, and he said, "Okay, this will work." And then yesterday it dropped to 0, and today it went back up. So I'm just, what is?
Yeah, people...
Between... Believe that I do.
I'm not...
Anybody else?
Are you okay?
I guess it's
Kicking the table.
Time. Odin, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Close your eyes.
I did already.
A light wind rustles the green tall grass. Your skirt billows gently. warm sun caresses your back.
Yes.
You begin walking forward. The grass is cool. Your feet
Some deep breathing, calmness exercises.
departed with each step. Do you see what is in front of you?
As I step through the grass, I naturally come upon a path.
Yes.
The dirt of the path is soft on the soles of my feet. I don't know what's going to happen to us, Odin.
Sarah.
I am striding forward confidently upon my appointed path. Wherever it takes me is where I am meant to be. I am striding confidently on my appointed path.
Sarah,
Yes, Odin?
are you going to be all right?
I think so. Oh, Evie. Do you think you could get everyone to medical? I want to make sure they've got the best shot at waking back up once they do go in.
All right. How about this? Let's give folks a little time to regroup. But why don't Clive and I follow you over there right now and get ours done? No time like the present.
Lead the way.
Okay, so to recap, this will be 35%. Oh, because we haven't gotten to medical yet. So, but just real quick to recap for anyone who is confused about what's happening. Basically, there was a problem on the ship, and things got destroyed. They can't communicate. Their oxygen supply is dropping. So their solution is to put people into cryostasis, quote unquote, like the non-essential personnel, so that Nat and Bert can basically turn a vessel thing that they have into like a spacefaring pod and get themselves to Luna, so that they can be rescued.
So the people, they're gonna go in cryo, and one person's gonna get into the pod.
I don't know. I would assume
is
that
that the plan?
I would assume they're having somebody fly it, but I don't know.
Yeah, because they said they wanted to make it so it's manned.
Yeah. So then because remember they were saying like all the non-essential personnel, so basically everybody else will go into cryo, and that's why Evie and Bert were having that conversation about like, you know, time is oxygen, and the sooner we go in, the more time it gives you to figure out the ship.
Yeah, so I think the tiny lesbian Nat is going to be probably in there, because she's small and she knows what she's doing. So we'll probably never find her body. Actually, we'll probably find her body the worst. Never mind.
Okay, Sarah. We'll see you over in Mech.
As soon as everything's wrapped up here.
All right. Good speed. Once more into the break.
Isn't having more data available to the pilot desirable?
Yeah, but the raw nav data is formatted for the Zenith AI's use, not... Bert's going to need to be able to use this stuff in real time while she's at the controls, so...
Oh, so Bert's going to be flying it.
I guess so.
Navigation code itself interpret the data and display its recommendation for optimal manual inputs to the pilot.
Expose the raw data for cross-reference if needed, yes.
I understand. I will prepare revision 2.212 of the manual drone navigation cross-control software and...
No, it's okay. Don't worry about...
But I just wanted to say that I think you're a really good station admin. And no matter how I acted, I want you to know. Blah, blah, blah. Not going to let you down.
That's very sweet, Nat. I appreciate it. I need to see you on the other side. Oh, 2 out of 6 cryo. cryopods occupied.
Oh no.
I didn't even notice that before. Okay. So...
Who made it in? Did they, like, end up killing each other?
What?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about how Evie and Clive are already in deep freeze. Did you read the message they sent?
Yeah. Why are we going into the supply closet?
I got to talk to them a little bit right before Sarah took them down to cryo, and Evie was being so encouraging. They're putting all their faith in us, but...
But what?
Right before they turned to go, just for a second, they look so worried.
Oh, baby.
The clock is ticking, and I just keep thinking, what if the last time they saw each other is the last time they'll ever see each other?
Don't think about that.
How can I? How can you not think about it?
So, you know the concept of partitioning from early century computing?
Yeah, I think so.
So, you have a data drive. Maybe one partition was your operating system, and the other one was like general data storage. And maybe you'd partition part of the drive off to contain something that might be unstable that you otherwise kind of, wanted not to interfere with anything else. There are certain things that are gonna help us get this done, but some things, they need to be partitioned off. Because thinking about them isn't gonna help us.
But you're thinking about us, at least, aren't you?
Yeah. And when I do let myself start thinking about how there's a possibility this is the last of our time together too,
Nat?
then I start thinking we should really make the most of it.
No! Why? Oh. Physical locking.
I was just
engaged.
gonna think about, like, you'd probably want to at least kind of partition that off, because otherwise you'd be like, well, screw the people in cryo, let's just fuck until we die.
Okay, Sarah. We'll see you over in Mech.
Soon as everything's wrapped up here.
All right. Good speed.
To everyone left awake at Tacoma Station, I've added a tracking widget to all crew desktops. It displays a pretty accurate estimate of how much breathable air remains on the station. Follow the algae bloom and Evie and Clive going into cryo. That counter should give you a pretty good... Keep an eye on it and... Hey ladies, your scans look good. You're cleared for cryo.
Cairo? For the chiropractor.
If, God forbid, into the pods, attaching same standard instructions I sent along with Evie and Clive.
Cryogenic sleep, a patient's guide. Ventures Medical Contractor's Manual. In the case of a medical emergency, when surgical or other required medical facilities... temporary cryogenic suspension until you can be transported for treatment. Here is a quick look at preparation. Medical staff will scan you and determine an appropriate regimen of fluids to be administered by intravenous. Dosage of diuretics and laxatives and given time for your body to react to them before. Medical staff will guide you as you enter the cryogenic device. If the cryogenic facilities at your location are in microgravity, medical staff will have special training to
Where? What are you looking at?
To that last word?
Whatever.
To amdinure. So basically, before you go into cryo, they need to make you pee and poop everything out. You see that?
I understand that now.
Yes.